Rabotai, we continue our study of the Taryag Mitzvot. Today we're up to the 201st Mitzvah in the Torah. Shelo lavo al eshet haben. That's the Isur of Arayot, that one is forbidden to go with the wife of his son. We call that obviously a daughter-in-law. It's a negative commandment in Parashat Aharemot. The Pasuk says, Ervat kalatecha lo tegaleh. It's Perek Yudchet, Pasuk Tedvav. Now it doesn't matter even if she's only the wife of the person's son from Irusin. That means he only gave her a ring, Harat Mekudeshet Li, all the more so if it's his wife, Mina Nisu'in. Whether his son is still alive, whether he divorced her, or even after his death, that girl, which is the daughter-in-law, always remains forbidden. Even if his son is a mamzer, it doesn't matter. Mamzer still considered his son, therefore his wife is still his daughter-in-law, and therefore it's forbidden. Now, midrabanan, the rabbis added what we call Chinuch, secondary isur erva, as a fence, and therefore they forbade also kalat beno. That's the daughter-in-law of his son, which would mean the wife of his grandson. The kalat ben beno ad sof ha'olam, which means they were osir, the children, the grandchildren, their daughters-in-law, all the way ad olam. And the Hakamim also forbade kalat bito bilvad, which means the daughter-in-law of his daughter. Only that case is forbidden by the Rabbanan. So again, when it comes to the boy's side, they forbade it all the way down, all the daughters-in-law of his son, grandson, great-grandson, so on and so forth. On the daughter's side, they only forbade the kalat bito, the daughter-in-law of his daughter alone. This mitzvah applies in all places at all times. If somebody transgressed this, God forbid, b'mezid, and there was a warning, the punishment is sekilah. No edim, the punishment is karet. Shogeg, he has to be a korban hatat. Now, of course, if he transgressed the isud rabbanans, which means he went with kalat beno or ben beno, etc., or kalat bito, which is the rabbanan, there is malkut midrabbanan. Must point out to you, as I say every day, that malkut midrabbanan don't hurt any less than malkut deoraita. It's just a difference in the level of the isur. That is the 201st mitzvah. Now, Rabotai, we will go continue our study of Taryag Mitzvot and learn the 202nd mitzvah in the Torah, Shelo lavo al eshet ah. That's the law that says that one is not allowed to go with the wife of his brother. So we call that a sister-in-law. It's a negative commandment in Parashat Aharemot. Pasuk says, Ervat eshet achicha lo tegaleh. And that's Perek Yudchet, Pasuk Tedvav. Now when it talks about the wife of his brother, what type of brother are we talking about? It doesn't matter if it's a brother from the father, meaning a paternal brother, or it's a half-brother from the mother. Doesn't matter if his brother married this girl, or if it's only znut. It doesn't matter. She's considered eshet ah. Once already, he gave her a kiddushin, and therefore it's going to be forbidden. Whether his brother is still alive, or even if his brother dies, that girl, the sister-in-law, is going to be asur, except in one case, where his brother dies and there's no children, then already we have the mitzvah of yibum. But outside of that, this is going to be asur min Torah. This law applies in all places, at all times. If the brother was still alive and the fellow went with his sister-in-law, then the punishment is henek, like any eshet ish. Every eshet ish is considered punishable by henek. If the brother died and he had children already, and he did this b'mezid, the punishment is karet. And of course, if he did it b'shogeg, it's going to be chayav hatat. So again, this is all talking about with children already. But once there is no children, then we get into a separate mitzvah, which is the mitzvah of yibum. Again, Rabotai, you see from all these mitzvot how careful the Torah is, and a lot of these things are hukim. On one hand, you have a situation where the sister-in-law is punishable by karet, and then all of a sudden, in a certain situation, it turns into a mitzvah. So you see that we really have no understanding of these hukim of Arayot. Torah already told us what is the borderline of forbidden and what is the borderline of permissible. The point for us is the Torah obviously wants us to act in a holy and a sanctified manner.